Hello, welcome back to this channel, or welcome to this channel. My name is Jackie and I'm obsessed with planners, journals and Hobonichis, as you probably already know. Today I'm redoing a video I made last year, more or less in this time of the year, and it is a video about how to start using your 2021 Hobonichi right away. I've come out with some new ideas, but that video is still quite relevant and maybe it can be helpful to you, so I will link that down in the description box if you want to check that out. But I will also be adding some new ideas in this video that hopefully will be helpful to you as well. So if you want to see that, just keep watching. Okay, so if I have my coffee here with me, it's because I'm going to be speaking a lot throughout this video, but I will also do my best to show you a couple of images to try to exemplify what I'm saying, so the video won't be too boring, hopefully. I hope. I can't make any promises. So the first tip I have in here is to pick your accessories and take your time doing so. So choose your new cover carefully, your cover cover, your pencil board, even the pen or pencil that you are going to use with your Hobonichi Techo or with your new planner. I think that's something that usually we just pass by without thinking much about it, but it's such a fun process. So take your time with it. Separate a day for you just to go through all your covers and pick the right one for that first moment of the year when you are going to start using your planner. Just go through all your covers, enjoy your collection, have fun with them, look back to them, because of course you chose them for a reason, right? And it is also a great opportunity for you to destash if you are feeling overwhelmed by the amount of covers and accessories that you have, that you are not using it. So I think it's also the perfect time to do a kind of reflection on all the things that you have and maybe organize and clean a little bit your planner supplies for the year to come. So the next tip I have in here is for you to decorate your cover, and this is something I wasn't doing for a very long time because I was so strict to myself that I thought that the cover that I got, it was supposed to be that way forever and I could never change anything about the layout. But oh, how silly of me, because now I have so much fun decorating not only the inside pockets, which is something that I think everybody more or less does, even if you are more functional or if you like adding a lot of cute kawaii things to the pockets of your planners, but you can also decorate the outside of your cover. So the thing I like doing the most is adding cute postcards. Sometimes I will add that to the front cover, sometimes to the back cover, and that's what I chose to do for this year, and I just love this so much. And you can also add washi tape and whatever you want, and my tip here is to use washi tape to fix the postcard or whatever you are going to use in the right place before adding the cover on cover, so it will stay put and it can last you forever, but it's not permanent. So whenever your mood change or if you are bored with the postcard or the thing you created on the cover, you can just as easily switch things around. And I think that's the beauty of it, and I just love keeping up with the things I do before I start actually using the planner. So just messing around and playing around with the covers and accessories. I really enjoy adding tabs to my Hobonichi. This is also something I started doing quite recently, and I'm so glad I did because I love it so much. It not only helps you to find things easier, especially if your Hobonichi is as chunky and as filled with things as mine is, but it also adds a charm to it. At least I think so. I think it's colorful and you can make it more personalized, and you can use tabs that are more according to your taste and your style. And I really love using these colorful tabs. In my Hobonichi, I've been using the tabs provided by Courtney Diaz on her Patreon. I really love her Patreon, so I will link that down below. And I think they add such a nice touch that I'm basically adding those tabs to all of my Hobonichis, all of my planners for next year. So they will all be the same, but I'm really happy about it because I love them so much. So I think adding tabs is just a win-win because it's decorative and it is fun, but it's also very functional and it helps you a lot throughout the year. Another thing I do when I'm kind of postponing the actually using of the planner itself is I go with Postits and I just flip through the pages of my planners and I decide what I'm going to use each spread for. So for example, I'm always trying to use all parts of my planners, but sometimes I don't know how I'm going to use the year at a glance, or how I'm going to use the monthly view or even a weekly view if you are using a cousin or a planner which has a weekly view. So usually when I'm trying to decide that, I like going with Post-its and adding Post-its to those spreads with some ideas. That way when the time comes when I'm actually using that planner, I kind of already know how I'm going to use it and I don't get stressed for not knowing how I'm going to decorate or start writing on that specific page. But it's also okay if you start using it in a way and then decided to change things up. I mean, your planner is supposed to help you and to show your journey. Changes happen, and I think 2020 was the perfect example of this, and it showed me how I cannot control everything, every single thing in my life, and that's okay. It also showed me how I can manage to just go around things and make things work. So I think that's something that I want to take with me for 2021 and all the years to come as well. Now we are actually entering the realm of using for real our planners. So the first thing I like to do, and I will basically start doing this right away as soon as I get my new planners, is to decorate the inside covers and even the back covers as well with stickers, washi tapes, collages, whatever I have in mind, whatever I like it. And it's actually something that I have so much fun doing it that throughout the year I keep saving some bits of stickers or ephemera or things that I really want to add to the cover of a new book and not just in the middle of a spread. So I really look forward to this moment, and I love adding all sorts of stickers. And you can see here that I already went way too excited and decorated almost everything of my planners. But usually I will leave a little bit space so I can keep coming back throughout the year or throughout the period of time that I'm using that specific planner or journal, and I will keep adding stickers that I get and that are just too cute not to be featured like on a very special place in my journal, and I really enjoy doing that. I also really enjoy reutilizing those monthly pages that are for the next year. So in this case it is for 2022, and I know that by December next year I will already probably be using my new 2022. Oh my god, that's crazy to think about, but I'll be already using my 2022 new planners, so I know I won't be needing these January and February and March pages for 2022, and not even December 2021. If I really think about it, why not just repurpose those months that I won't be using? So I just went ahead to January 2022 and February 2022, and what I did here, I used one of those ink paint pens that I really love. I used here a Posca pen, but I think you could do this with a white gel pen or whatever thing you like, or even add stickers on top of the dates. But I just decided to blank all the dates out and then just go ahead and write down for the dates for the month of October, which was when I started doing this, and for November as well. Because of course we are almost in the middle of November, so it's a little bit late for that maybe, but there are no rules. Go ahead and do what you want. But another thing that I like to do with these pages is watercolor swatches. I think it's perfect, and then you come out with a beautiful and colorful spread that is deserving to be on your journal forever, because it's such a beautiful thing to do, and it can also be functional. And whenever you are doing your creative journaling, you can just reference back to these and see all the colors that you have. And that goes for watercolors, but also maybe your markers, or you can do that with pens that you have, that you just want to see all the colors that you have on your stock. Or maybe you can do this, use these pages for a washi tape swatch page, which I think it's such a nice idea, and it's something really pretty, so it's okay to have that in the beginning of your planner. So decorate those pages. Don't think that you need to leave them blank just because they are for 2022. You can very easily cover everything with your planner supplies that you already have on your home at your disposal. So I think that's also a nice and fun way to use your monthly pages. Another thing that you can do that I never do, and this is actually the first year I'm actually doing this, so this is brand new, is actually using your turning the page to a new year pages to create a page where you can write some affirmations for 2021, or maybe try to squeeze 2020 and write down things that you are grateful for. I'm sure you can find some nice things that you are grateful for. And sometimes I reutilize this for other purposes. Usually I transform these into daily notes, and that's also something you can do. So you can start 2 days earlier on December and not on January 1st, and that's okay. That's a nice idea as well, and that's what I did last year. But this year I'm actually using it to create some affirmations and also writing things down that I learned with 2020, because I really don't want to forget that I actually need way less things than I thought, and this whole pandemic situation made me realize that, and I really want to start 2021 not forgetting about 2020 but learning with 2020. So that's how I'm going to use those pages. Another thing that you can do is to reuse your Japanese pages at the back of your notebook, and I've done that last year, and I will do this again this year because I have way too much fun with it, and it's also a nice way to spend time with your planner without actually starting using it. So I can color, for example, those little doodles that they usually have at the back of the pages. You can start writing down your 100 list, maybe 100 books that you want to read next year that you are not going to get through this year, or maybe, I don't know, memories or things that you can do in quarantine, for example, just in case. I don't know, there are a lot of things that you can do in those pages, and if you don't speak Japanese and you don't care much about those pages, they are just left blank at the end of your page, at the end of your planner, and you never actually look at them. I usually do something that maybe it will be helpful for you as well. I just grab some white acrylic paint and I just add a little bit of water, and I just go ahead and paint all over those pages, and they give me nice, beautiful spreads that I can use for collages or for doing some painting as well, because Tomo River paper can take acrylic paint quite well, so it's a good way to use those pages because you can cover almost everything and create beautiful spreads on top of that. And maybe it can be TV shows to watch, or you can create some kind of bullet journal collections in there. So I think it's a nice way to use pages that would be unused otherwise as well. In a similar way, you can also use your notes pages, and you can use these in a variety of ways. You can use them as daily pages, and in that sense, you can start using your Hobonichi on December. You don't have to wait until January, and maybe even earlier if you decide that each spread will be a weekly spread, for example. So you can start using it right away, which I think is super fun if you are just tired of your current planner and want to start doing something new and changing things up a little bit. But you can also use it as bullet journal collections, so you can write down I don't know, the movies that you want to watch, or already create a spread that you are going to write down the movies that you are going to watch next year. Same thing with books, but you can also create a quote page that you can add all the quotes that you really enjoy, and I think that's something really nice that I want to do this year. You can also use them for washi tape samples, or to just do swatches of watercolor or anything that you did in a monthly spread, you can also do here. But just what I think I want to say here is don't forget about the notes pages, because that's something I usually do, especially in my Hobonichi A6. I never remember to actually use them, so I think the thing I want to say here is don't forget your notes pages. You can actually create beautiful things in there that will kind of keep yourself for actually using the planner, but you will be using the planner, so you will be happy about it. Another thing I really like to do, and this was a popular thing last year that people really enjoy doing, is to leave messages for your future self. And I just love doing this. I will always do this because it makes me really happy. So what I do is just I open on random pages throughout my New Year's planner, and I just leave some little message for me. Some messages are really silly, some are kind of motivational, and sometimes I will just doodle something, or I will write a quote, and whenever I completely forget about that, of course, and then when I arrive at that day and I found that little message, it's always such a nice thing to do to my future self, and it makes me really, really happy. So of course I won't overdo with this, otherwise it won't have that surprise element, but I will do maybe on 10 or 20 pages, depending on how excited I am or how creative I am at that time, but it's something that I really enjoy doing. In the same way, you can also add decorations to random future pages. So sometimes I will add just a little washi tape, for example, or a sticker or a date cover, or just a little thing that whenever that day actually arrives, I kind of have to work things around and try to decorate in a way to include that strange element that was left by my past self. And I think that's such a fun exercise, and sometimes I will just be uninspired and I don't know how to decorate a page, and whenever it arrives a page that it already has a new element, it's way fun for me, and I just love doing that. So I think it's a great way to start using your planner right away. Now my coffee is almost over, so that means the video needs to end. Otherwise, I will just get very upset and start forgetting things. So let me give you the last tip that I have, and that is just start using your planner. There are no rules. I'm always saying that, but in planning and journaling, especially journaling, just do what makes you happy. If you want to start using your planner right away, start using your planner right away. Redate it, or I don't know, add more pages, have fun with it, start writing things, start coloring things, creating spreads, doodling, whatever you want. It's your planner. There are no rules. The only rule is you need to be happy with it. Your planner is there, your journal is there to make you feel less stress. And especially this year, we really need to not feel any more stress and not add any more stress to our lives. So if you want to use it, right away, start using right away and have fun with it, and do not feel guilty, not even for a second. I hope this video helped you a little bit, at least, to just go ahead and start playing around and be happy with the things that you got for next year. Let me know if you are already using your planners, or if you are just as good and you just save everything to start planning at the end of December or even at the beginning of January. I really like knowing how you use your supplies. Thank you so much for all your kind messages. Thank you for everything, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.